afternoon, Professor and classmates. I know that this class is made up of students of all ages, nationalities, nationalities, and backgrounds. And with that in mind, let me throw out a few popular examples from the past that I think we are all familiar with that will introduce my topic. As an example, how many of you recall the sibling rivalry of Doughboy and Ricky from the 90s flick Boys in the Hood? How many of you are familiar with Marshall, or the competitive rivalry between Jane and Marshall Brady in the popular 70s sitcom The Brady Bunch? Or how about a more recent favorite, the jealous rivalry between Robert and Raymond in the TV comedy Everybody Loves Raymond? Now these are all popular fictional characters whose storylines depict parenting styles that generate sibling rivalries. These rivalries are either due to favoritism or neglect demonstrated by their parents. If the examples that I just mentioned are not that familiar to you, then let me personalize it for you. How many of you have siblings? For those that are not an only child, think about which one of your siblings would be considered the favorite child. Is it you? Now be honest. Which sibling do you think has a high self-esteem? How many of you answered the favorite child? Today I'm going to inform you how parenting styles can affect the emotional health and social behavior of adolescent children. This understanding will also show how managing parenting styles with purposed intent to edify, affirm, and encourage can foster mutual respect and nurture high self-esteem in adolescent children. This topic is important to all of us and here for mutual reasons. Number one, it is important to understand how parenting styles affect and impact self-esteem so that we can make better choices parenting our own children. Number two, it is important because self-esteem affects all areas of our lives, socially, romantically, and professionally. Number three, we all deal with the aftermath of negative parenting styles because we all know someone with a self-loathing or withdrawn personality flaws that resulted from poor or weak parenting styles. Number four, parenting behaviors are models for dealing with life stresses and can dictate our self-concept and direct our emotional responses. Overall, parenting behaviors are either negative or positive. On the negative end of the spectrum, parenting styles are described as either withdrawn or aggressively abusive. Referring to our earlier examples, the fictional TV characters of Robert of Everybody Loves Raymond suffered the effects of a withdrawn mother who blatantly favored her younger son Raymond, while Doughboy in the movie Boys in the Hood was raised by a verbally abusive mother who favored younger son Ricky. Now let's see what current research has to say about negative parenting styles. Withdrawn or neglectful parents create a fear of abandonment and anxiety disorder in adolescent youth. This chart describes parenting as uninvolved, uninterested, and passive. Psychologists Lynn Pritters, Sarah Landy, Darren Maroney, and Robert Kane conducted a clinical study in 2014 that revealed the adolescence of parents who do not communicate with their children demonstrate internalizing symptoms such as anxiety. The same clinical study also revealed a high prevalence of depression in adolescent youth for parents with withdrawn or non-present parenting styles. Robert's character was very anxious and depressed in the TV sitcom, as you can see in this picture. The 2014 study also considered aggressive or abusive parenting styles. Lynn Pretis and her colleagues found that children of aggressive abusive parenting styles develop defensive mechanisms that hinder their social development. This is because they are emotionally detached and can appear or act callous. Psychologists Gavita, David, and De Giuseppe also contributed research in 2014 that revealed that children of aggressive, abusive parenting styles feel condemned, have overall low self-esteem. In general, negative parenting behaviors can produce negative results in impressionable adolescent youth. So let's now look at positive parenting behaviors. Gavita, 2014 study included a comparative study of positive parenting styles and found that children reared under positive parenting styles are generally more sociable and or more comfortable in social settings. This is because children in positive settings are generally more congenial, empathetic, and sensitive to others. because the same was shown to them. Gavita, 2014. Comparative study clearly shows that an adolescent's self-esteem and emotional effect are clear mirror images of parenting styles and behavior. In summary, I leave you with a famous quote of unknown origin. Children live for what they learn. Children most often emulate their caregivers or parents, so understanding the impact of parenting behavior is truly important. As a parent, we can be negative, withdrawn, or aggressively abusive and rare anxious, depressed or emotionally detached children, or as parents, we can choose positive behaviors that rear children with high self-esteem. The main point to remember is that our parenting style and behaviors are like mirrors. Therefore, we need to display what we want our children to emulate. In this country, we parent our children for 18 years before the government sees them as legal adults. So it is important to realize that our actions as parents over the course of 18 years can directly affect our children for a lifetime.